Now, everybody knows that this is the absolute best part of cutting a log. It's that first cut to come off of there. Start to see what you have inside. That's not too bad. Most of it's sapwood still. But nothing smells better than black cherry when you're milling it. It just has such a nice smell to it. Oh, would you shut up? So that's my favorite part in black cherry, when you get those little sap pockets right there and they're stained a nice black. They're so nice with a little mahogany, like a red mahogany type stain on them. Oh, it just looks so good when you go to use it. So hopefully we have quite a bit of this in this log now. Like I said, this is mostly sapwood still. But from this point on, we're going to start taking our 4/4 boards off. Like I said, this is all going to be cabinet wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice it off. We're not going to mill anything fancy. We're going to put it in a pile and we're going to let it dry. I'm going to let it check and split and do all its things of its own accord, because I have a certain plan for anything that develops a wide check. Now, I say that this is a rare cherry log to find because around here that is the truth. Finding them of this size around here that don't have red rot in them or a hollowed out center, you're doing really well, and it's getting harder and harder to find good ones like this. So I'm keeping this for me because it is one of my favorite lumbers. Now let's get some more off of this thing. So we have an audience tonight, but anyway, let's see. My blade has gotten dull and I'm running out of daylight, so I don't have time to change it right now. Well, let's see what we have out of a few slabs. Now these are beautiful slabs. The next one down has some really good color in it. Let's set these up where we can look at them. Well, here's an unpleasant surprise in my nice prized log. Now this tree came out of the woods. This was not a yard tree. They're right there. And I'm thinking they might be bullets. That's what they look like. The blade's not all bunged up, but it will slow you down. But so one time I don't have a jackknife on me. Of course, you know what? Those are probably nails. I can't believe the blade didn't get wrecked, but it definitely dulled us up. You can see where it gets a lot more washboard once it hits this. But, you know, what are you going to do? So probably what we'll do from here out is we'll flip this log over next time out, start milling down from the other side. Now, figure we can figure out how many years ago that this stuff was in the tree. This is almost into the pith. So it looks like almost 40 years ago that whatever was put into this tree was put there. That's crazy. I may try to dig that stuff out before I go any further. Like I said, I'll probably flip the log over and hit it from there. You know, that's about the right height. Somebody may have put a fence on there. Those might be fence staples. Who friggin' knows? But that kind of sucks. But like I said, usually you're pretty safe going with trees that came out of the woods. But I guess not this time. So we still have plenty of usable lumber in it though. Even if I have to cut around that stuff, it's not a big deal. Still have plenty for the cabinets. Gotta love it. When I was chainsaw milling a lot, I'd find crap like that in it all the time. Good stuff. And I will say, even though there's some junk in there, look at what it gives you for grains. That stuff seeped all the way down in here. Just gives you some beautiful colors you normally wouldn't find in this stuff without those external sources to kind of bring that out. It's kind of neat, kind of like a blue stain on a pine. It's got to mold pretty good and mold right through it before you get that nice blue stain, or from beetles or whatever the hell it's from. But man, it did a number on that blade. There'll be some planing on that guy for sure. Well, it's a really short one tonight, guys. I apologize for that, but trying to get some milling done, just a lot going on. But anyway, got another absolutely, the sunsets right here are absolutely gorgeous. I get some beautiful Instagram quality sunsets right out my back door here. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, oh, it's Instagram, Tradesman Channel on Instagram, all one word. But I guess throw some pictures of those up once in a while. And sometimes that's a place you guys can see what I'm up to when I'm not running a video every day. But feels really good to be getting this sawmill going again. I do have a couple of spruce logs. One of them looks like it might be all right to start cutting and stockpiling some brace stock. Now I'm getting into cutting some brace stock and some other stuff, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them oversized because they're going to be sitting for a little bit. And that's something we haven't really covered when it comes to milling timbers and things like that for your timber frame. Big thing, if you're milling your own and you don't think you're going to get to that frame in quite a while, a couple things you really need to do. Oversize it by, say, 1/2 inch. If you own your own sawmill, it's fine. Just oversize a 1/2 inch and then recut it when you're all said and done, when you're ready to cut the joints in it. But the other big important thing is sticker stack it on a really level spot out of the sun. Make sure the air can get through it all right, but definitely get it out of the sun. Don't use plastic tarps to put over the pile, because what happens when you do that, especially if you're milling pine, it molds up really fast. Now, I'm telling you, I'm giving you advice I would give you more for white pine than anything else. Same goes with Douglas fir. Personal preference for me, if you're doing white oak or hemlock, honestly, myself, I wouldn't mill them until I'm ready to do the work, because they move so much. The white oak and hemlock's one of those things where you really want to get on it and get after it and get it put together fast, so that when you put it all together, the joints and everything line up the way they need to be. But the white pine is just such a beautiful, forgiving timber framing species. May not be the most rot resistant, but if you do your job, seal the building up well, you don't have to worry about it as much. Would I use it for a big outdoor structure? Maybe an open-sided mill building? I don't know, probably not. I would only do that if it was not an open-sided building. Say I had big sliders on it or something. As long as the rain's not continually pounding it and it's able to dry out and it's not in contact with wet ground, they'll hold up just fine, but you really have to be careful how you're doing it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll catch you on the next one.